Cheating while we're engaged? I'll exploit your phobias. A while back, I was engaged to a guy who seemed like a good choice. Attractive, funny, good job, owned a home. I learned he had a bit of a downside, though. He was a cheating slimeball motherfucker. Not just a one-time one-night stand with after too much to drink, which I would have still been angry about but could have probably gotten over, but repeatedly with more than one woman. I picked up on a few cues, but eventually had things confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt. I was venting to my brother about this, and told him about how I planned to move out while the split was out on a week-long business trip. He volunteered to help me before I asked, and then got this amazing devious grin on his face. "We can also leave a memento for him," he said. When I asked what he meant, he said Pennywise and his friends. You see, the noodle dipper was scared of clowns. Not just a little uncomfortable, but ducking terrified of them. Even as a grown man, a clown on a TV show, webcomic, or book would freak him out and he'd have to change the channel or click away. My brother owns a print shop and is protective of his little sister. So in the couple of weeks leading up to a splits trip, he printed off a dozen pictures of clowns in various sizes, ranging from really small wallet-sized ones to big poster-sized prints. We framed most of the stuff in some super cheap plastic frames. Others we laminated. We managed to move all of my stuff out pretty quickly, which gave us a lot of time to get things set up for my ex. We took down every single frame picture and put up frame clown pictures. The clowns ranged from average clown to nightmare fuel hell spawn. Pictures on the walls, art prints, photographs in frames on tables. You name it. It was replaced with a clown picture. Where we became really devious was taking the laminated ones and placing them in things like the silverware drawer, the underside of the toilet lid, in the fridge and freezer, on the back of cleaning bottles, in his underwear drawer, and a bunch of other places. We even made sure to put some in places that he wouldn't go into for a while so he'd get a scare months later. He had one of those attic accesses that you have to pull down on and a ladder descends. We put a big laminated clown face on there so when the ladder flipped open for him to climb, he'd get a clown face. While we were setting this up, I went a step further and changed the wallpaper on his desktop computer to a clown. I also took about 10 of his favorite movies that he had on DVD and replaced them with burn DVDs that had clown footage. They autoplayed, and we'd printed up labels that looked like the original DVD artwork. We put all of his original artwork and DVDs in the basement, off the ground and protected from damage, but surrounded by giant clown posters of Pennywise and the like. And a motion sensor that, when triggered, would play a creepy clown laugh. I left a note on the kitchen table that said I know about names. Duck you. I'm out. After a few days of hard work of moving me out and moving a few clown cars worth of terror in, my brother, his wife and I celebrated by grilling some steaks and having a few beers. These were paid for by the engagement ring I sold. Once the dumbass returned, I got a text message or two that was along the lines of "you witch." It must have taken him days to take care of the photos out in the open alone. There was never any further action or legal repercussion for what we'd done. After all, what grown man would want to say that his ex-fiancée scared him with clown pictures? Hi guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Well, I guess that's what you get for clowning around on your girl. Good work. What a realistic tale, believed by many intelligent Redditors. Got any pics of the house? Nope, because this is a made-up story. Curious, but how'd you find out he was cheating? She didn't. Because none of this happened. Honest question, why should I care? It's not like I'll ever meet any of the people supposedly affected by this in person, or like it will make any difference in my life. It's either real, or it's a fun little made-up story. Either way, it's interesting to read.